In order to create an image without a preliminary drawing, we have to keep in mind a few rules that will help us achieve that. And one of them is to focus on the big shapes. So I'm going to start by blocking the shapes with a flat brush and very broad brush strokes. I define the shadows and the lights using a warm light and a cool shadow. What I'm trying to create is a sense of atmosphere. The light, it's a warm yellow light, and then in my shadows I use the bluish purple shadow, which is the complementary color. Now after I've done that, I refine it with a round brush around the edges, not very detailed, just to keep the shapes and keep the outlines. I enhance the highlights and I raise them to the highest point that I can, and I'm defining the form as I go along with that. I continue by paying attention on the anatomy of the wing and the anatomy of the bird, and looking at the wrist and the elbow of the bird, getting tighter and tighter as I paint. I like liquid as a medium, and because it dries fairly fast, and so once the paint is dry to touch, I start applying the finer details with a smaller brush. I take care of the deepest shadows and the rim light, so they can separate from the background and separate from the sky. I make sure that there's definite contrast between those two, so the image can come forward. I continue with the shapes of the feathers, and I make sure that they are anatomically correct. Once I have the feathers defined, I start adding the final highlights into the feathers, and they get lighter as they get more spread out. So I add titanium white and Indian yellow, so to help me show that through the wing. Finally, I rub the lines with my finger so as to not make a pencil line but more of a blurry line. And again, I'm using the paint very in a very liquid form with very little paint, and most of it is the medium.